happy bunches of oats and loves and everything nice. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so. And don't forget to press that notification bell so you can get weekly updates on all of my recipes. Don't forget to like, and please don't forget to share. Let everybody know about Miss Jackie's cooking, okay? So everybody, today we are going to make some delicious Haitian stewed chicken. Yes, baby. Yes, indeed. I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. It's so flavorful. Okay, so right now we have a whole chicken that I had already cut up and I'd already cleaned it. I have some videos on how to clean your chicken, okay, and some of my other videos, okay? And we have some mojo marinade, okay, which you could find in your supermarket. We have some Haitian épices, which is like a green seasoning. Okay, I have a video for that as well. We have some sazon completo, which is complete seasoning. We have some black pepper. We have some red pepper flakes, but I didn't have no Scotch bonnet pepper, so I'm using that, okay? We have a can of tomato paste. We have some dried thyme, okay? You could use fresh as well. We have some onion powder. We have some fresh cloves here, some nice cloves here, which you're gonna need. Okay, we have some garlic powder. We have 1 large onion. We have some canola oil. We have some chicken bouillon flavor powder. We're definitely gonna need that. Okay, and these are optional. I have some potatoes here. This is optional. You don't have to add this in, but I like potatoes in my soup chicken. We have some sweet tricolor peppers here. We have some green peas. This is optional as well. Okay, and we're gonna get started on cooking this delicious Haitian stewed chicken. All right, so guys, I'd already cleaned my chicken with some lemon and vinegar, okay? Please don't just take it out of the pack, because I told you people will talk about you. So right now, I'm doing some slits in the chicken because this is going to allow the flavors to go into our chicken, okay? So you could do some, like 2 or 3 slits is fine. I usually try doing on each side, okay? And this is just to allow all the flavors, all the herbs and spices to penetrate our chicken, okay? You could do this and marinate it, okay, but I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna put this straight on the stove, because what we're gonna do, we're going to parboil this chicken. But again, you could marinate it, you could season it the day before and start cooking it the next day, okay? All right, so here's our chicken that we had already slit, okay? And now we are going to start seasoning this. This is what's called Haitian épices. It's a green seasoning. I do have a recipe for it. You have a lot of different ways people make it, you know? So we're adding some of this in here. This is a base for all our cooking. It has green peppers, onions, garlic, celery, parsley. Some people don't like to put cilantro on their épices. This is like a green seasoning, but I like cilantro, so nobody's gonna tell me. So all my Haitian peeps, you cannot tell me what to do. I wanted to add cilantro. What? Okay, so now we are going to add our mojo marinade, or you could also use sour orange in this too, okay? If you don't have sour orange, I guess you could just squeeze some lemon juice into it. Why not? Okay? And my loves, the ingredients are listed in the description box below. Okay, now we are going to add some chicken bouillon flavor powder. Okay, I love this. I love the way it makes your food taste. And we're going to add some complete seasoning. This has everything in it, okay? all kinds of herbs and stuff. And what I like about it is that it's not one of those salty kind of stuff. I don't like adobo. Okay, some people use adobo, but I do not like adobo. So I like this because it's not so heavy on that salt. So that's why I like complete seasoning, sazon completo. Okay. And now, my loves, we are going to ensure that these beautiful flavors are well incorporated into our meal. I'm adding some black pepper. And this is why we did the slits. You see what I'm saying? Because we want everything to get up in that bad boy. Okay, so now we're adding some dry thyme. If I didn't have no fresh thyme, so I'm using dry thyme. Okay. Okay, now I'm adding my cloves. One thing, my loves, about cloves, it adds great flavor to food, but I do not like to bite into it. We put it in our rices, we put it in our meats, it adds great flavor. So, what I would suggest people do, okay, so you won't be going around fishing for it if you just want to get the flavor, you could take some of these cloves and insert them into the peppers, like a slab of a green pepper, so you'll just get the flavor and it'll be easier for you to take out because it's all already in the pepper. Okay, so you just cut yourself a piece of pepper, a sweet pepper, and just stick them in there. Okay, except if you're having to fish them out, if you don't, because it's pretty strong. Okay, so just letting you know, heads up. I should have done that before. We're adding some red pepper flakes. I didn't have no Scotch bonnet peppers, but red pepper flakes work just as well. Okay, I'm adding some onion powder. Okay, we're going to add some garlic powder. Haitian food is so good. It really, and I'm not just saying this because, you know, it's part of me, but, you know, it really is. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but Haitians, when they, especially the older generation, when they're making their foods, they're so passionate about their foods. Okay, so now we're gonna mix all of these together. But you know what? I feel that to really get the flavors in there, you should use your hands. Okay, my hands are nice and clean. Make sure your hands are well clean, and you're gonna use what God gave you to massage all those flavors into that meat. Okay, you're gonna massage this. This is why we had the slits. Make sure all that seasoning get into those slits. Okay, you can marinate this for about 2 hours minimum. Okay, or if you just want to cook this, it's gonna be fine because we're gonna parboil this anyway. But you can season this in advance. Okay, so now we massage all those flavors in there. You can pre-marinate it, but guess what? I'm gonna put it straight in the pot and we're gonna get going. So right now we're gonna parboil our chicken, okay? This is gonna allow the flavors to really seep in there, okay? Okay, and guys, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a little water to get the rest of those herbs and stuff. You see, that's not a lot of water. What we're going to do right now is called sweating the chicken. I just need a little water just to get the rest of those remnants out of the bowl, but you really don't need a lot of water because the chicken is going to produce its own broth. Okay, so in Haiti they have a term, I'm translating in English. What we're doing is that we're sweating the chicken. So I'm putting it on a medium-high heat, okay? And this is all the liquid that's coming from the chicken, okay? So we're gonna parboil this for about 15 to 20 minutes, okay? You're gonna first start it on high heat, okay, to get the boiling going, okay? Give it a quick stir. Okay, and then after that, after you turn it, what you're going to do is that you're going to cover it. Okay, you're going to cover your chicken and you're going to bring it down to medium heat. Okay, and what that's going to do is going to draw out more of the broth from the chicken. So the chicken is sweating right now. That's what we do. It's called sweating the chicken. Okay? Okay, so this is after about 20 minutes. Okay? See all that broth? Now, we're going to take the chicken out. Okay, we're going to take the chicken out. Okay? Now, do not throw away that broth because this is a Haitian stewed chicken, or to break it down, it's chicken and sauce because that's what makes the stewed chicken, is the sauce. Okay, it's the way we do our sauce. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you follow this, you're going to get this, okay? My husband loves this. He has totally become Haitian. Because he's African American, Indian, but he loves, Haitian food. I mean, there's so many different foods, but Haitian food is absolutely delicious, okay? So this broth, do not throw it away. This has all the flavors in here. We're not going to throw that away, so we're going to put that to the side and reserve that until we're ready to use it. So what we're going to do, we're going to add some oil in our pot, and what we're going to do is we're going to now fry the chicken. So what I meant by parboiling before, you don't want to overboil the chicken because then you don't want the chicken to start breaking up. Okay, by parboiling it, you're giving it a head start to cook, and at the same time, you're allowing the flavors to deeply penetrate into the meat. So now we're adding our chicken to a nice hot pot. Okay, the oil's got to be nice and hot. We're just gonna get this nice and brown, golden brown. Okay. Okay, you can, if you don't want to fry it, you could put this in the oven, but I ain't got time for that. No, it's going to take longer, and I just feel like if it's fried, it tastes better. Okay, but if you want to, you can. Okay, and we're looking for that nice deep golden color. A nice golden color. You want to make sure you have enough oil to fry these nicely, okay? Remember, these are already parboiled, and the complete cooking is going to take place when we, later on, we are going to put this all together, okay? To create our stewed chicken. You see that beautiful golden color that we have achieved on our chicken? And of course, what's happening now, we're caramelizing this chicken, and there's so much flavor that's being intensified right now. Okay, so we're gonna start taking our chicken out. I was really trying to make sure it gets nice and golden. Okay. And, you know, my loves, it's always good to try different things, you know, and this is why you see me trying all different types of foods. I don't like to stay so stuck on just one particular type of food or style of cooking, because there's so many different cultures and so many different foods out there for you to explore. Okay, I love Asian, I love Spanish, I love Haitian, I love other Caribbean foods. So, you know, so I'm gonna finish the rest of the batch of the chickens, guys, and we'll show you what else to do, because this is a long process. So my loves, I have my potatoes. I've already cut my potatoes. I have them in some water because I don't want them to start turning brown. So now I'm gonna start slicing my onions. Okay, we're gonna make some nice slices of onions. Okay, and as you can see in the back, my chicken is already fried up. And right now we're just getting the other things together, like our onions, which we're slicing up. Okay, and then we're going to work on our peppers. Okay, these are some nice sweet peppers. You could use regular green peppers, okay? All right. So we got those bad boys cut up, and we're gonna set those to the side until we're ready to use them. Okay, so now again, my loves, I cleaned the pot out, you know, because I didn't want all that char stuff in there, but that's my fault though, because it was probably too hot. So I added a couple tablespoons of oil in there, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fry our tomato paste. What we want to do is to remove that, you know, that raw tomato taste out of it. And not only that, by frying your tomato paste, it's going to intensify the color and get it really like a nice dark burgundy color. And it's going to intensify the tomato like it's going to remove that raw tomato taste, but bring out that deliciousness from the tomato paste, okay? So you're gonna fry your tomato paste for about 3 minutes or so. Okay, you see how it's getting a little bit darker in our oil? All this is intensifying flavor. I've watched my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother do it so many times. Now we're just putting everything together. Now this is the process of putting all of this beautifulness together. Okay, it's becoming a nice dark burgundy. This is what we want. Okay, and that broth that I had asked you to reserve, that broth is going to be used for our sauce, okay? Because all the flavors are in there. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to start deglazing the pan. I'm going to add the liquid in there. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to add the liquid in there little by little because I want to smooth out the sauce. We don't want no lumps of that sauce. So you see what I'm doing? I'm adding spoonfuls of it. Okay, until I feel like the sauce is smooth enough. Doesn't that look beautiful? This has all our herbs and the broth from the flavor from the chicken. Okay, so now this is where we want our sauce. Like, now we're just going to dump the whole thing in. Now, some people like more sauce. If you do, you could definitely add some water in here. Okay, because usually the broth is concentrated, okay? So I'm adding about 1.5 to 2 cups more of water because I have, a whole chicken here that I cut up. So I want some sauce. Okay, I don't want it doesn't have to be swimming in sauce, but we want it in some sauce, okay? Okay, now we're tasting our sauce at this time to make sure, because we did add some more water to ensure it still has everything. But remember, let it simmer first, then you start tasting as well. But because I've been doing this so much, I know what's needed now, even though before it starts simmering. Because remember, when you add, you could always add salt, but you could never take away all the salt, because if you add too much salt, you basically ruined it, So right now, guys, this is optional. I'm adding a little bit of sugar to cut the acidity. Okay, to cut the acidity from the tomato paste because it was a little too acidic for me. So by adding that sugar, it's going to balance this. And as you can see, I'm tasting. That's a Haitian thing. You add some of it on your palm and you lick it to taste it, see if all the seasonings are there. And my loves, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, I'm adding a little bit more sugar. And don't forget to press that notification bell so you could be notified of all my weekly new recipes, videos. Okay, and please give me a thumbs up. Okay, and share. Let your friends, your family, your neighbors know about Jackie's cooking. Okay, I'm adding a little bit more black pepper. Guys, you have to taste your food. You have to taste your food. I'm definitely going to leave you the measurements, okay? But also you have to taste. That's what cooking's about. You have to taste, okay? So you can adjust it accordingly to your taste. Okay, I'm just skimming off that froth on top, I don't like that. So I guess that's from the tomatoes too, that froth on top. So just take your spoon and glide it also gently on the surface so you could remove it. And you could discard that froth if it happens to you. Just gliding on the surface of the sauce. Okay, so we pretty much got a lot of that out. And our sauce is starting to simmer, boil. And when it starts to boil like that, I'm just going to taste it again now, because as this boils, it's going to intensify. The flavors are going to intensify to make sure my seasonings are correct. And now we are going to add our beauties here. We're going to add our chicken into the pot, okay? Back into this sauce, okay? Adding it one at a time because I don't want it to splash, but eventually it did splash. Clumsy me. Okay, so we're going to add the chicken. Once that sauce starts to simmer, you're going to add your chicken back into the pot. Now, at this point, my loves, you don't have to, usually, I can't say, a lot of times when Haitians make this, especially the old generation, many of them don't add potatoes, but some do, so I can hear the older generation now. the elders having something to say, but this is my choice. I want to add potato because I could hear them right now. I could just hear them talking because I'm putting potatoes in here, but I could do that. Okay? You could do that. It's your dish. I mean, you're not taking away from the integrity of the dish, but, just a few little add-ins not gonna kill it. Okay? But them elders, honey, they get shady. They get really shady. So we're going to let these potatoes cook for about 15 to 20 minutes because of the way they're cut. They're not going to take that long. And about 5 minutes before the potatoes are fully cooked, I'm going to add some peas in there. That's also optional because I like the color and I like peas, okay? Okay, and once it's gonna get that little stir, okay, and for about 2 or 3 more minutes, okay, and our chicken, my loves, is done. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna turn off, we're just gonna check these potatoes. These potatoes are nice and tender. They're not crumbly, okay, they're not crumbly. I can't stand that. They're nice and holding their shape. And what we're going to do now, we're going to turn off the heat, okay? Just want to give it one last stir. I would just want to take some from the bottom and bring it up. We have just enough sauce, okay? If you want, again, like I told you, some people add more water, some people don't, but I wanted enough sauce because I have a lot of chicken. So now, my loves, I'm going to take those slices of onion, and what this is going to, the slices of onion and the green pepper, and we're going to, get it in there like that, We're going to put it on top and just kind of insert some of them in the sauce in between the chicken and leave some on top. Okay, and then you could cover it and let it ferment for about a good 10 minutes. Okay, what that's going to do is going to add an extra layer of flavor. Okay, this is the signature. Okay, and here you go. Here you go. This is our beautiful, beautiful Haitian stewed chicken. That looks absolutely delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little plating. I'm just going to do a little plating. Okay, got a little jasmine rice here. Take a little piece of chicken, a little potato, some of that sauce. Oh. Just want to let you all look at this again and how beautiful that is. So much flavor. I made this for 2 days because I know, I cooked this on Saturday and I said it'll be Sunday's dinner too because I know I'm not going to want to cook. Okay, so now we're going to take some of that potato and some of that meat of that chicken. That's the breast part, because I cut up the whole chicken anyway. Take that first bite, our potato and our chicken, and it is so good. You could taste all the herbs and the spices that's been deeply penetrated into our chicken, not just from marinating, but from the parboiling. Now we got our rice with some of that sauce. Absolutely superb. All those flavors that were extracted from the chicken during the sweating process of the meat, of the chicken, of the parboiling. loves, you have got to try this. You've got to try it. Leave me your comments and just enjoy this beautiful Haitian stewed chicken. Please try it. Share it with your family. Share it with your friends. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And I always tell this to people. Eat, love, and pray. Do those three, honey. That's all you got to do. Okay? Bye.